Noel Smith and welcome along to Birds in Flight, Lesson 2. Now if you have your pencil and a sheet of paper ready, let's start sketching together.
Now with Birds in Flight, Lesson 2, we're going to carry on from Lesson 1, where we created the bird flying in the distance. We're going to use that same pattern. So I hope you've been practicing from Lesson 1. We're going to do this, but where we come down and did our V, instead we're going to round that there and come like that. See, so it's the same shape, but we haven't got the V here. So I'll come down a little bit to about here, and I'll draw that shape bigger so that we'll be able to see it together. And this is coming down the bird's back now, that's what it's going to be. This will be the bird's head. We've got a nice round here coming down from the neck to his back. And what I'm going to do now is something that you'll need to practice is bubble writing. So bubble write like this till we get to about here, and you can see I've got his head, his neck, and then I'm going to stop here because from here to here I have to come back to here. So I need to change the position of my hand so that I can pretty well, see I'm moving the palm of my hand like that so I can get that, and I air sketch it so to make sure I can get around there nicely, and that sort of gives me an imaginary line to work to. Easy as that. Now from this to this to this to creating the bird's body. So we have the nice thin neck coming down here, his body, and now we're going to put his beak. His beak always goes the way his head's looking, so he's looking here, so there's his beak, a little bit wider up this end, a little dot up there for his eye. And what we're going to do now is use this one here from Lesson 1, and we're going to put that here like this, see? So I'll air sketch it, you can see what I'm doing, like this. Air sketching is great, I developed it a long time ago and it's a great thing to do when you're sketching. So like that, I'm going to come to about here, so you can put a little dot there like that so you know where to come to. And I'll start out about here, and see I'm doing this bird in flight, and I've put him side on. So I've just turned him around a little bit, and there he is there. Now what we've got to do is work in an arc back to here. So you can put little dots there, that'll show you the way. And I start this way, so it's just like if you imagine a saw blade coming around. That's his wingtips. So create his wingtips like this, like the saw blade, and bring it around like I'm doing so that you end back on the same plane as his body. And I'll just take one further onto his body, and this wing should actually come in a little bit to there, come onto his body. Now you wouldn't see this line normally in the bird, so I'll take that line off with my good old friend the eraser, and that's what to use, just an eraser, and you can take that line out. And it is also the beauty of using a pencil because you can erase lines. Now I'll come down here with his other wing, and it comes back to that point too. So that's just another bird in flight. So it'll be smaller because it's on the other side of his body, coming back to there. Now his legs are long and slender, and it's more or less a line through there. So a lot of people tend to start the legs too high, but don't. Start down here, give him a nice length in his leg, and the one beside it, like this. There it is there. So this one's on this side of him, and same as the other side, the wings on the other side is shorter, his legs shorter this side. So there's our bird in flight. In future lessons, when we're detailing, I'll show you how to detail feathers and all that later. Now, I'll do another one, but I'll do it smaller so that you can see how it goes. See, I've done so many of them, I'm quick at it, but I'll slow it down for you. But that's the shape. Practice doing that shape, simple as that. There it is again. Now I'll bubble right around, down to his neck, stop there, move your palm of your hand, get comfortable so that you can do that, and air stretch it, and then come back on and come in like that. So a nice slender body. He's on the other side, he's smaller, and we're going to put his wing out this way, not up in the air. So the same approach, start about there, come out and around to there, and there's our bird upside down. We're now going to come back to here, so you can dot all that if you like. Makes it easier when you're learning to do this. And then, like the saw blade, spend your time understanding that you've got to come back like this. So you're going to end up on the same plane as the body. So that line has got to be the same as that line as you come back. See, so you do that as you go around, and you start out that way. And it's a matter of zigzagging it back to his body. There's several ways you can put the other wing on, but I'll just show you. You can get away with it by just doing this quickly and simply, a little saw on the other side, or you can do what we did here. You could put that wing out there smaller and then just come back into there also. So that's easy to do. Now, same, his beak's looking about the same direction as his friend over there. Put the eye on him. The leg, seeing he's here, you don't see it under his body, but you just put the legs from there, from the back side of it, make them shorter than these legs, because this bird is smaller, he's on the other side. Now, we've got a line here that you wouldn't see. So, I'll just grab my friend again here, the eraser, and I'll erase that line off. Okay, so that's good, that's gone. And sometimes I'll just adjust that back onto his body again there, and this body coming around there, I erased that out when I didn't need to. What we're going to do now is we can just say create a little bit of a scene. We'll drop some water off him here, and this can be the water that he's just flown out of, and his mate, he'd be coming from over here somewhere out of the picture, but there's some water dropping off his feet too. Remember the shape? Started off in lesson 1. If you haven't got it right, go back and practice that shape and come to this shape here right now. Okay, so this is our birds in flight. Practice doing these, because we'll be expanding on these in the next video on lesson 3. We'll be continuing on water birds next lesson, and it's still the same bird that we're doing, and we're still using these shapes. So until then, till lesson 3, it's bye for now.
In our next lesson, Water Birds Lesson 3, we'll enjoy sketching along together, creating another masterpiece. So press the subscribe button, press the like button, and I'll keep you updated on all the future lessons, tips and tricks that I've got planned for you.